God is so good. God is so good. God is so good. Yes, so good to you. During the season, make time to reflect on what God has done in your life. We have come to the fag end of this year, 2020. Just look back and see how wonderful God has been in our life. We would have been going through a lot of things in life and we feel we don't deserve it. But amidst every circumstance, always remember that our God is good and just. He cares for each one of you and has good things in store for you. Let's learn to be thankful in every situation. God is so good. God is so good. God is so good. Yes, so good for us. God bless you, children. In the 5th chapter, we have already seen perfect competition, monopoly, and yet another imperfect competition is monopolistic competition, which we will be dealing today. So what is a monopolistic competition? Monopolistic competition refers to competition among a large number of sellers producing close but not perfect substitutes for each other. So here we see large number of sellers and they are producing close but not perfect substitutes for each other. I would like you to just visualize soap's toothpaste. You have seen a lot of advertisements on the TV. Variety of soaps. The shape will be different, the size will be different, the smell will be different. So there are large number of sellers producing close, but they are not perfect substitutes for each other. If you want to buy a particular brand of soap, you go to that particular brand of soap. You will have lot of close substitutes for it, but they are not perfect substitutes. Hope you understand the meaning. You have KFC and you have Burger King. If you want to buy burger, you go to Burger King as well as KFC. They are products which look similar. They are close substitutes, but they are not perfect substitutes. Each brand has got something unique in it. So they cannot be close. They cannot be perfect substitutes, but they can be close substitutes. So examples may be fast foods, soaps, hair oil, paste. The basic criteria of a soap or a toothpaste will be the same only. Cleansing the body. The basic chemicals will be the same, but there will be a slight difference in the smell, the shape, and the color. So there are many firms selling differentiated products. The products are different. There is competition among firms making very similar products. There is a competition between these firms. Okay. So there is competition which is keen though not perfect among many firms making very similar products. No firm can have any influence on the price and output policies of the other sellers, nor can it be influenced much by their actions. So, no firm can influence the price and the output of the other firm, or no firm will be affected by some other firm's action. Thus, monopolistic competition refers to a competition among large number of sellers producing close but not perfect substitutes for each other. So what are the features of monopolistic competition. What are the salient features of monopolistic competition? First one, there are large number of buyers and sellers. Just like perfect competition, here also we have large number of buyers and sellers. But in the previous competition, that is monopoly means single seller. There was only one seller and he was the producer as well as the seller. But monopolistic competition, you have large number of buyers and sellers. Buyers are also large and sellers also are large. Whereas in monopoly, the seller is only one, but the buyers will be large. Next one, firms under monopolistic competition are price makers. They are price makers. They decide the price. They closely observe the other firm and they also decide the price. So unlike perfect competition where they were price takers, here monopolistic competition firms are price makers. They set their own prices. Next is product differentiation. Firm produce differentiated products. It is the key element of monopolistic competition. So product differentiation is a unique characteristics of the monopolistic competition. The products look very close. They look very similar, but they are not perfect substitutes. They will have some difference, one or two difference. Then there is free entry and exit of firms. Any firm can enter the business or they can also exit. Non-price competition. What do you mean by non-price competition? Non-price competition is an essential part of monopolistic competition. That is, a firm can follow an independent price policy. Each firm, non-price competition means they follow independent price policy. Nobody can influence others or nobody can be influenced by others. Then firms compete with each other by incurring selling cost or expenditure on sales promotion of the products. So if a firm wants to sell more of their products, they have to resort to selling cost. What do you mean by selling cost? Even now when you watch your TV, you see a lot of products in the advertisement. These products are all monopolistic competition products only. Only if you market or only if you spend money on advertisement and selling costs, you will be able to sell your product. So firms compete with each other. ஒரு firm அடுத்த firmோட க்ளோஸாக கம்பீட் பண்ணிகிட்டே இருக்கணும். எப்படி அதை கம்பீட் பண்ணுறாங்க? அட்வர்டைஸ்மெண்ட் பண்ணுறாங்க, நிறைய பேனர்ஸ் வைக்கிறாங்க. அப்போ தான் நிறைய பேர், இப்போ நீனே சும்மா டிவி முன்னால் உட்காந்துருப்பேன், அங்கே ஒரு சோப் அட்வர்டைஸ்மெண்ட் வரும். இது போட்டதுலேருந்து என் மீனி பளபளன்னு ஆயிடுச்சு, எனக்கு இருந்த பிம்பிள்ஸ் எல்லாம் மறைஞ்சு போச்சு, நான் 6 வாரத்தில் நல்ல கலராக ஆயிட்டேன். நீ உடனே என்ன பண்ணுவ? நீ யூஸ் பண்ணுற சோப் விட்டுட்டு அந்த சோப்புக்கு போயிடுவேன். அப்போது அட்வர்டைஸ்மெண்ட் வந்து ஒரு இம்பார்ட்டண்ட் essence of monopolistic competition. Okay, so these are the salient features of monopolistic competition. Next, let us see the price and output determination under monopolistic competition. Have you already seen the price and output determination under perfect competition? Only if you see that, only if you had seen that video, you will have some clarity when I teach this. If you haven't seen the price and output determination under perfect competition, I suggest that first you have a look at that, listen to that video, and then come to this competition. So everything is very similar. The price and output determination under perfect competition, under monopoly, and under monopolistic competition has the basic concept is the same. There will be some difference in the AR and the MR and the AC and the MC curve. The rest is the same. So I repeat, you please see the video lesson on price and output determination under perfect competition, then finish monopoly and then come to the monopolistic competition. In the monopolistic competition, 3 things can happen. During the short period, the firm can either make profit or it can make a loss during the short period. During the long run, there will be normal profit. I repeat, during the short period, in a monopolistic competition, a firm can enjoy profit or it can incur loss. Whereas in the long run, in the long period, a firm will enjoy normal profit. It will be normal profit. Here it will be supernormal profit. Here it will be abnormal loss. Here it will be only normal profit. So what is the basic concept? I've told many times, several times. You have to draw the x-axis, the y-axis, the AR curve, the MR curve. The AR curve and the MR curve slopes downwards from the left to the right, because this is a form of imperfect competition. This is a form of imperfect competition. The AR curve and the MR curve slopes downwards from the left to the right because it is a form of imperfect competition. Okay, so first you have to draw the AR curve. The AR curve is also called as the demand curve. Then you have to draw the MR curve. Again, you will have the doubt whether to draw the AR curve first or the MR curve first. As already said, when I say the English alphabets, how will you say? Will you say Z, X, Y? From the back will you come? Will you say Z miss, Y miss, X miss? No, you will say A, B, C, D, like that. You have to draw the AR curve first. You have to draw the AR curve first. So always remember to draw the AR curve. Beneath the AR curve lies the MR curve. So first AR and next the MR. AR curve happens to be the demand curve also. So the AR curve slopes downwards. Then beneath the AR curve lies the MR curve. Then you draw the AC curve. AC curve is a U-shaped curve. So try to draw the AC curve within the MR and the AR curve. This is just a tip for you to draw it properly. So whenever you draw during the short period, draw the AC curve in such a way that it lies between, the lowest point lies between the AR and the MR. Then at the lowest point, the MC curve should cut the AC curve. This concept I've already mentioned in the 4th chapter, the cost and revenue. So draw the U-shaped average cost curve. Then MC curve cuts the AC curve at AC's minimum point from below. All that is basic. Then you have to find E. What is E? Equilibrium. What are the two conditions for equilibrium? MR must be equal to MC. First condition. The second condition, MC curve cuts the MR curve from below. So for equilibrium, there are two conditions. What are the two conditions? The first condition is, this is the equilibrium point. So what is the first condition? MR is equal to MC. Second condition, the MC curve cuts the MR curve from below. So this condition is achieved at this point E. So this is the point of equilibrium. Next என்ன பண்ண சொல்லியிருக்கேன்? So first x-axis வரையணும், y-axis வரையணும், AR curve, MR curve, AC curve, MC curve. S ஏன் போட்டிருக்கோம்? ஷார்ட் ரன்னால S போட்டிருக்கோம். இங்க எதுக்கு S போட்டிருக்கோம்? ஷார்ட் ரன். So this is short run medium cost curve, short run average cost curve, AR is average revenue curve, MR is marginal revenue curve. On the x-axis, we mark the quantity. On the y-axis, we mark AR, AC, MR, MC, and price also. Okay. So, இதெல்லாம் முடிச்ச பிறகு equilibrium கண்டுபிடிச்சாச்சு. Equilibrium க்கு அப்புறம் என்ன பண்ண சொல்லியிருக்கேன்? You have to draw the output line. From where will you draw the output line? The output line has to start from the x-axis. It has to pass through E and it must go up to AR. It has to cut AC and it also has to cut AR. So, எது first வருதோ, AR na AR கிட்ட வரைக்கும் வரைங்க. Next diagram பார்த்தா AC வரைக்கும் நம்ம வரைவோம். So, AC யும் கட் பண்ணிருக்கணும், MR யும் கட் பண்ணிக்கணும். Because we have to find out the profit and the loss. To find out the profit and the loss, we have to know the total revenue and total cost. So, we have to draw the output line passing through the equilibrium, passing through the average cost. Red is the average cost. Then it has to touch the AR. So it touches the AR at Q. It touches the AC at, இதுக்கு ஒரு பேர் இருக்கணும். Okay. I think this is R. Okay. We can name it R. Okay. So E, R, Q. Now are you able to follow? Then From Q you draw the line. That will be your price. That will be your price. ஏன்னா average revenueக்கு நேரா இருக்கிறது தான் என்னது price. Then this is the place where average cost curve cuts the output line at R. From here you draw a line, you will get S. Okay. Now what is the total revenue? Total revenue is O P Q and M. So the total revenue is OPQM, or you can also say like this, OMQP. So total revenue is OMQ and P. How did I measure that? See, this is the average revenue. This is the average revenue. This is the average cost. Revenue is greater than cost. Average revenue. இதுதான் நம்ம AR curve. So இதுதான் AR. இது வந்து என்னது AC. அப்போ AR எவ்வளவு? MQ. MQ is your AR. What is your AC? MR is your AC. Revenue is greater than cost. எவ்வளவு revenue? QR revenue is greater. இல்லையா? இவ்வளவு அளவுக்கு revenue ஜாஸ்தி இருக்குது. MQ minus MR will give you QR. That is your profit. It is profit for one unit. But you are producing how much? You are producing OM. So OM into QR will give you this entire area. OMQP. Next is average cost. Average cost எவ்வளவு? Mல இருந்து R வரைக்கும் average cost. Total cost எவ்வளவு? O, M, R and S. So that is your total cost. Total cost எவ்வளவு? O, M, R, S. Okay. If this is your total revenue. This is your total cost. எது ஜாஸ்தி இருக்கு? Total revenue தான் பெருசா இருக்கு. Total revenue தான் பெருசா இருக்கு. அப்ப அதுல இருந்து இதை கழிச்சிட்டோம்னா this area is called as the profit. அப்ப profit எவ்வளவு? S R Q P. S R Q P, or you can also say S P Q R. அப்படி சொல்லலாம். இங்க இருந்து S Q R P அப்படி சொன்னா தப்பு. ஒன்று இப்படி ரவுண்டா போகணும், அல்லது இப்படி ரவுண்டா வரணும். இங்க இருந்த அங்க போனேன், அங்க இருந்து இங்க வந்தேன், அப்படிலாம் இருக்கக்கூடாது. So it can be either SRQP or SPQR. That is your profit. So during the short period, the monopolist firm makes abnormal profit. Okay. So here in this diagram, OM is your equilibrium output. OP is your equilibrium price. The total revenue is OMQP. 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 That is your total revenue. Okay. What is your total cost? Your total cost is OMRS. இது வந்து OMQP. Okay. இது வந்து OMRS. So what is your profit? Your profit is PQRS அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். PQRS சொன்னாலும் கரெக்டா, SPQR சொன்னாலும் கரெக்டா, SRQP சொன்னாலும் கரெக்டா. So that this is your profit. So this is a super normal profit under short run. Were you able to understand? So I will continue the rest in the next video. Thank you.